YouTubers, welcome back to AZ2 Ozarks. Yesterday we brought our wayward heifer home, and numbered 929 over here, and she's still very nervous and very frightened, and she was climbing up on the walls of the corral. We didn't know if it was going to hold or not, and well, after some recommendations from some friends who also run cattle, they said get a couple other cattle in there with her and that'll help her settle down. So this morning we got 3 more in there with her, and hopefully they'll be good influences to help her calm down a little bit, and then maybe later today we can reintroduce her to the herd if she's doing well. So here's hoping that we can still salvage our 929. We have a lot of money invested in her because she's supposed to be breeding stock. She wasn't just a cheap cow that we were buying to butcher. And so if we were to butcher her at this point, we'd be looking at a substantial loss. We'd also be looking at a loss if we took her to auction. So the only way we can recuperate our investment in her is by her having calves. And the only thing we can do for that is to get her reintroduced to the herd, and if she can calm down and acclimate and respect the fences. So there she is, kind of separating herself from the others. The other 3 are gleefully eating in the trough, but let's hope that she settles down throughout the day and we can reintroduce her.
Well, they've definitely calmed her down. All 3 of them are pushing her around, trying to get her to settle down. And she's chilling out. Come on, cow. Come on, cow. Hey, baby. What you think, girl? They're nice and calm now. Thanks for the pro tip, guys.
It has been 2 days since we've retrieved number 929, and there she is in the further side. And she's been in this corral the whole time, and we've added in a couple girls with her. And her posture has relaxed a lot, and she's still agitated, and she's still not great, but I'm very easily spooked. But she is doing a lot better, and really it's an interesting dynamic to watch with the other cows, because when she's agitated, they headbutt her. And see, there's one chasing her now. They're like, hey, calm down, you're fine. And I don't really know what all the cow language is, but they certainly seem to have a way with her, like her behavior is not acceptable. And so we're considering letting her out into the general population of the rest of the cows. See, she pushed up against the fence there, and 2 of them came at her like, hey, knock that off. So they're really kind of keeping her in line there. And so it's a risk to let her out with the rest of the cattle because they have electric fence around them. And she has run through it before. And so now the question begs, will she run for the electric fence and run right through it? The electric fence relies very heavily on them having respect for it. It's not like it's an actual barrier or restraint. Sure, it gives them a little zap if they get into it, but if they're running, they may even avoid the zap. So it's a risk. If we let her out there and she goes running through the fence, there's the risk of losing her, but there's also the risk of the rest of them joining her and running with her. And then if they're all out, well, we have a much bigger problem on our hands. This is a difficult decision to make, but as I had said, we lose money if we are not able to reform her, if you will. We did make a butcher appointment for her, and the earliest date is still about 6 days out, which was huge because it's not normal that you can get a butcher date that quickly. It's a small family farm that has begun to offer butchering services, so they I think they only accept 1 or 2 beef a week. And we have that date still reserved. I would like to cancel it. We won't be making anything. It'll be a loss if we have to take her to the butcher. So cross your fingers. The guys have just rolled out a bale of hay out this way. So this is the end of the electric fence, is just behind them. So they're happily munching and eating, and they're kind of like a barrier. So they're happy and eating and a barrier, and the kids are out in the field behind, and Rick is opening the gate. Let's see how 929 does. Lloyd is our best girl. She's in there. Oh, 929's running, but there we go. Food.
Okay, kids, walk away. Go walk out that way and come back.
Okay, so Rick's instructed the kids to walk away, giving them a wide berth, but look at that. 929 went right over to the rest of the herd, and she's eating. This is really, really positive. She's still kind of agitated and running around a bit. I don't know if you can keep your eye on her. She's there. But the other animals seem to still be pushing her around. She's over there with the boss cow. Now they're behind where you can't see, but the boss cow just pushed her back into the line. And there she is, kind of out at the end. Hopefully these other cattle will just keep her in line. Well, wish for the best for us, guys.
Success.
Yes, this is a good thing. This is really, really positive. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to keep following our adventure.